In this video, I break down the exact coaching funnel that Samuel Onuha is running. He's built a $40 million ecom business, an impressive personal brand, and now he's selling info on the back end of that. And he's doing it in a really simple funnel. So it's a good one for you to copy if you're looking for inspiration. Break down everything, the landing pages, the free training, the VSL, everything, and you're going to learn a lot. So enjoy, take some notes if you want, and I'll catch you in the video. Why is this content performing well? Well, you got the inspiration showing their lifestyle, but then you've also got the fact that he is able to shift beliefs, the way he communicates, the stories he tells. So where does he send people to? Well, he's sending people to an opt-in page, and I love this funnel. It crushes it for my clients. It's just a simple free training funnel with a setter. So we've got the 2026 gold mine here. We're just adding some urgency, like this is the opportunity, so you might as well take and make use of it right now. Discover how to start and scale your own AI ecom business to 6 figures in 90 days. So AI ecom business, this is the unique mechanism here. Obviously we're using this buzzword in AI right now. That makes sense. I can see why he would do that. And then 6 figures in 90 days. We've got a clear time span, a clear desire here. Get it to 6 figures in 90 days. That seems so exciting. Complete the form and discover the fastest risk-free way. So removing risk here to start making 6 figures with your own ecom store. So we're clearly talking about ecom here, how we're making it happen. We've got something exciting in AI, and also the fact this is the big promise, right? 6 figures in 90 days is absolutely huge. Then he has a simple VSL, and I'm not going to play it for you like I do in some other videos because it's quite a simple one, but it's just a hook. The problem, the solution, the social proof, the results guarantee reduces the fear, followed by a call to action. So his whole idea around this is the fact that ecom is a very simple business, but the problem is the fact that the information isn't easier to obtain. Oh, wow. Look, I've got a coaching program that makes the information easy to obtain, which is the solution. Then he gets into the social proof, like how I've been able to help all these people. He's got the results guarantee, saying that that he has that results guarantee for people who take action. He removes the fear and says that, look, we're here for you to make this work. And then he has a call to action of filling out the form. And then you just got the results. The main thing I'm looking at here is variety. So let's dive into that. People who are just getting started, running their first ads ever, making literally their first 200 euros in sales. You've got people who went from first sale to 10 million in 1 year. So people just getting started. But then you've also got people who are later in their journey as well. 200K in the last 30 days, 1.7 million a month, 8K. So they had a good brand, and then they made a US clone to do 8K days in 16 days. So they got a good variety of situations here. The thing that I would say is missing is the fact that people like to see that there are people like them getting the results. So if you can share some more information about who exactly these people are, then that's going to make these case studies perform better. So if you're creating a landing page, you're showing social proof, show a bit more about the situation that someone's in, and then your person's going to be able to put themselves in that situation. They're going to be like, oh, that is actually me. Because a lot of these people, well, like this person, yes, we know they've never run an ecom business before, they've never run ads before, but who actually is that person? I'm a professional athlete, so if I saw a case study that showed this is how John, a professional athlete, was able to build this business on the side, that's going to be one that would appeal more to my demographic. And then it could be, oh, this is how the mother of two is able to do this while her kids go to bed. So if you can take these situations, then you're going to make your case studies land a lot better. Then we just have a simple one qualification question. What's your current income? Pretty basic one. And then we get sent to this page here. So our team will call you in the next 5 minutes to personally help you towards your first 6 figures in ecom. So they're going to personally help you. That kind of adds value. There's literally just going to be a setting call. It's not like a personal help call. There's a promise here. It's going to be in the next 5 minutes. This didn't actually happen for me. So I don't know if the setter was having an off day or whatever it may be. He called me like the next day or maybe like several hours later. Consistent with the promise, I like this, but inconsistent with what is actually going to happen. So if you don't have the setting team in place to make this happen, then don't say it. If you do, then fantastic. You can still say that. Fastest way to build a six-figure ecom brand, fine. Discover how the top performing brands are using our plug and play system using AI. Make it easy, be consistent with the promise here, and also the relevance and the fact that we're repeating the fact that this is something and it's a good opportunity for 2026. Then we've got into the rest of the landing page, but before that, I'm going to break down for you how he runs his free training. He's running a well-edited, well-designed VSL in terms of his free training. You don't need all the bells and whistles to go with this, basically, but I'm going to show you exactly what he talks about. So the big promise with social proof. This video can change your life just like it helped X and Y. So this is your hook here, and maybe I can draw a hook, maybe, not really, but big promise, and then back it up with social proof. That's a simple, good way to open a free training. And that's going to, when you're opening a free training, you just got to think about what's going to be the one thing that's going to stop people from clicking away. And if you can lead with that big promise that kind of blows their mind, then you're going to be able to get a lot more people stick around. Then you say who this is not for. So it's going to help people to self-qualify, not for the people who won't take action. In fact, I invite you to leave. So he's kind of showing this, like, you need me, I don't need you kind of frame, which also helps with sales. It's like, I don't need you, but you need me. I kind of just rephrase that, saying exactly the same thing. Get buy-in here. So most people can't put in consistent effort to escape the situation that they're in. So no one wants to be this person. No one wants to be this person that he's talking about. So he's getting buy-in, saying that you're the kind of person who is going to put in consistent effort. Then he's going to casually minimize the sacrifice. So instead of working relentlessly for 3 to 6 months, they'd rather do enough to barely scrape by. I think this is one of the best lines in the entire VSL, because he is talking about such a small thing, like 3 to 6 months, where people can really visualize themselves 6 months in the future, when really, like, building a business is something that you're in for the long run. They'd rather do enough to barely scrape by. So the minimizing of sacrifice here is such a powerful copywriting tactic. It's something that I'd really try and think about for you. Like what is the quick result that someone can get in a quick amount of time, and then just casually mention it. I think it's such a powerful thing. Build fear of the alternative. So then he's making this specific, making this more relevant. They're fine with one car, a mortgage, one holiday per year, the same loser friends that lead towards the life that they hate. So he's trying to build distance between you, the person who's clicked on this video, the person who's already bought into this because he's got this buy-in early on, and the person who this isn't for, the person who's not serious about building their business. Then he reiterates the 20-minute ask. If you can't do this, you aren't a good fit to work with us. Again, he's kind of using this "you need me, I don't need you" frame. Then he's building excitement. So if you can watch this video, simple sacrifice, you'll leave the exact information and blueprint. So there's a big promise here. I've used this to make $40 million and has helped X achieve Y in terms of the social proof. So this is the waterproof Rolex sale that I mentioned in a few of my breakdowns, is that when you show your big promise and what you've been able to achieve, this is the same system that's able to do this. Then for you to hit your goals, you might just have simple goals of pulling out 20K a month profit. Of course you're going to be able to do that because it's been able to do this massive thing for me. Then we get into the next part, which is the story behind it. So we had a brief intro, then we're going to have a quick transition, then we go into the story here. So we've got the intro with urgency. I'm Samuel Onuha, and I've made $40 million leveraging the ecom gold rush we are in right now. So we are in it right now. It reiterates what he says in his landing pages as well. We got the gold rush right now. You don't want to miss this opportunity. Now he's looking to make it relatable. I wasn't born rich, quite the opposite actually. So he's trying to help people be in the situation that he was in originally, and this is how a lot of people will run their origin stories. Thought pattern. So he's talking about what were the thoughts in his head, and I think this is something that a lot of people actually miss. So they talk about the situation, but they don't talk about the internal situation. but I think this is really good. A lot of people will miss this. I wanted to provide for my family and little brother. Because I was born with nothing, I thought I was doomed. So he's saying because his external situation didn't really wasn't really one that would naturally produce success, he thought he was doomed. So this is, yes, he's been able to relate to people on the external, but then also the internal mindset. Then he had the choice. So we're talking about this option here, like the path that people go down, and then this is kind of the hero's journey. It was either take the risk and become successful or struggle. I had to make a choice, the same one you're having to make right now. So you're like me, I'm like you. I'm not special. We just need to all make this same choice together. And being relatable in the external and also the internal means that this slide is going to land a lot better. Now he gets to the point where he's hinting at a shortcut. So he's saying, unlike you, I didn't have someone to save me years of time and tens of thousands of dollars. So he's talking about the fact that he was in a more unfavorable situation than you, the viewer, are watching this video. Then we're talking about the discovery. So he was trying lots of different things. Then he found drop shipping. He saw huge potential and blocked every distraction. So he went all in on drop shipping. Then we're talking about the sacrifice. It took me so long. I made sales. I had record months, but it wasn't going smoothly. So there was a situation where like people would think that they would desire to be in this situation, making sales, having record months, but then there's pain here. Like even though you can be in a situation where you're making sales, you can still be in pain, and that's going to be a shift that the people watching this video are actually going to go through. It took me more than 3 years. Oh gosh. But I thought I could do this in 3 to 6 months, but this took you 3 years? Wow. I need to be able to get something that's going to help me shortcut that, because I don't want to spend 3 years doing that. This is the thing that people are going to be thinking about when they go through this. New mission. And now my goal is to help people save that time. So big sacrifice that he's gone through. He's talking about, he's making himself relatable. He's talking about the sacrifice. He's talking about what he went through, what he discovered. And now we're talking about the mission. So this is where he introduces the offer. This blueprint is solely responsible for my success and made me $67.4 million. Then he's talking about the one thing. And this is what lots and lots of sales processes, webinars, funnels, all are going to be engineered around. It's the one thing. You want people to understand that there is just one thing in their way. If you're saying, okay, you need this, like it's going to be like, oh, this is just too overwhelming. I don't want to do this. But if you can just make people believe one idea, then that's going to be a whole lot more powerful. So if you're writing a webinar, if you're writing a free training, if you're writing a VSL, make it around this one thing. So I learned one very important lesson. And without this lesson, your chances of success are extremely low. So we're building up curiosity because he learned just one lesson. You're making it achievable because it is just one thing. And we're building up fear about the outcome because your chances of success without it are extremely low. So to sell action, the idea is to become a millionaire, you have to do as millionaires do. So why would you waste time and create your own strategy when there are shortcuts? You have to be a millionaire. You got to think in shortcuts is the idea. Oh, okay. So now this is connecting to buying information. Here's the vehicle. This is what I did to actually get my outcome. And I also learned the fact that I need to be acting as if I am a millionaire in order to become a millionaire. If I don't act as millionaires do, then I cannot become a millionaire. This is the one thing, this is the idea. And he's putting his lifestyle, his transformation together with the fact that this is the one lesson, right? So then we're backing up with more proof. It took me 5 years to get what my students now get in 120 days. Like huge contrast here. This makes it seem like a no-brainer. Going into even more detail, most people do this other alternative. They go into debt to get a job. You can invest the next 120 days, minimize sacrifice there to copy what someone else has done, make it seem easy right there by just copying. Then we're stroking the ego. By watching this still, or you're still watching this video because you know you're going to become successful regardless of what it takes. So this is getting more buy-in, like you're the right kind of person, you're the perfect kind of person to work with me, so why wouldn't you effectively work with me and do this? Then we go into social proof. So over the past 12 months alone, my students have made combined revenue of over 103 million. So you're in a good situation here. You can trust us. And then he's just going to go into a call to action. So next step, I want to give you the opportunity. All you have to do is schedule a call. Exclusivity, just so you know, I just decline a lot of applications. That's just increasing the desire. Then we're talking about the features here. So you got the one-to-one calls, you get the customized roadmap. So what is everything that you're going to get? Then there's the big promise, reiterated again. So if you start today, you'll be living your dream life in less than 3 to 4 months from now. So that's a crazy big promise here, just to get those last people over the line who aren't already bought in by this point. And then by reiterating risk, make sure you make the right decision and book the call. Otherwise, at the end of the year, you'll end up in the exact same position as you were before. And this is going to be a huge, huge pain point for people who are ambitious, people who just feel like they've stagnated, they've made no progress. So by him knowing his audience here, he's able to end the training with a really powerful message. So that's the breakdown of the free training. I'd say I would give this a 6 out of 10. A lot of this is actually carried by the fact he's got really, really strong results, strong social proof, and also a strong transformation that he's been able to implement. I say it loses points on the fact that he promises a big transformation. You're going to learn everything. You're going to learn the blueprint when he talks about it in the start of the video, and then also in the preceding VSL. But you don't really get that much actual technical input. And now in these trainings, you want to teach the what still. You want to make people feel like they've got some value. You're just not going to teach the how, but he didn't even really teach the what here. So that's why I'd say it's going to lose points. And then I just think that the story just isn't super strong. And if you've seen more of my content, you'll know that I'm just a big advocate of the story selling funnel, which is where you really focus on the power of the story and telling the story in telling different stories to handle different objections and helping people connect with you that much better, which is going to be huge in AI. Or with the fact that AI is more and more prevalent day by day, the stories you tell are going to be the stories that sell. So 6 out of 10, really strong results, strong fact that he's been able to build something really powerful. And the way he positions it as the no-brainer, I think, is also really good. It just loses out on the storytelling and also the value that you get. Let's get into the rest of the landing page, because I think there's a lot of good stuff to learn here. So instant FAQs, I think that's nice. Like usually you'd see that at the bottom, but I think that's pretty cool to get that in early doors. What you'll get, and now my screenshot software seemed to have messed this up a little bit, but I don't think it's the end of the world. So unlimited one-to-one coaching calls, this is a really big value. People are going to be like, unlimited, great. There's no cap in my mind of this. 24/7 chat support, so no cap in my mind of this. I think this is just like live in-person events. So I'm excited to meet Samuel Onuha. Private Q&As, exclusive A to Z course content. So it's kind of everything that you may need. And he's just going into like lightly touching on this. So I think this is all fine. This is good. Obviously the design's nice as well. This is somewhere where I think we can name this, right? We can make this unique to him because he's got the meta ad strategy playbook, but we can just build up so much more intrigue, so much more curiosity if we're able to name this and then also talk about the results it's able to generate. So the exact meta ad strat, so you could call it, I don't know, bulletproof account setup method or something like that. Obviously, it's going to be better than that. This is the exact ad account setup method that stops you from getting your ad accounts banned, so related to a pain point or something like that. So give these each a name, add some copy beneath it to build up some curiosity and some desire. Old way versus the new way. I think these could just be a whole lot more specific. These could also be more specific, but this is a key principle that sells. So make sure that the fact that he's got it is great. I think he could just be a bit more specific about what these things are and what these things are, and put people in the moments that they didn't desire before. Because if you can say like, this is the exact thing that you've tried before, rather than like waste money on outdated tactics, but you've wasted money on a school community that promised you the world and actually delivered on very little. Like that's a situation that people will find themselves in, and they're going to be more seen, more understood, and they're going to develop more trust and see, okay, this person gets me and I'm ready to take the next step. So be more specific about these. Then, and yeah, also the fact that you got one-to-one here, you could talk about things like you didn't have anything personalized in the past. And if you don't have anything personalized, how do you expect to actually get results? Because you are unique, you're your own person. Then just a quick summary of what's next, that's fine. And then we've got the case studies. And as I said before, if you can get these people, these case studies and the summaries of the case studies to be specific about the situation that they're in and have a variety of them, then you're going to make your case studies really land. So we're talking about money here, beginner made, how he escaped his 9 to 5. So you could even be specific about the type of job here. Dropshipping changed his life, quit school, so that's a good one. So we've got people who are employed here. That's really, really good. Struggling Amazon seller. This is great because we're talking about some relatable situation that someone will be in. And then, yeah, so I just say you need students, parents, are the other people that I would say would be really, really good targets to have. And then also be specific about the types of jobs that people have as well could also really help. So yeah, that is pretty much for the funnel breakdown. Another funnel breakdown complete. I think this is a pretty good one. Like it's very copyable, I'd say, and very, very successful one. When you get these aspects right, I think you can learn a lot from the way in which he sells, in the way in which he delivers that kind of one thing, and also how he positions the next step as being an absolute no-brainer because he's been able to get these results. I think there are areas that this could improve by all means, but the fact he's been able to build up such a large audience, you don't need to be perfect on this, you know. So yeah, to be able to build up a very successful coaching company. So that's it for the video. Thanks a lot for watching. Any requests of breakdowns, then please do let me know, and I'll catch you in the next one.